Hey, Genderqueer Chat, Joe here. Welcome to Sundays with Joe because I'm no longer a Friday person. Oh shoot, I don't have it in front of me. So this week's question is about being misgendered, which is an interesting question because in order to be misgendered, you should have a gender that is your preference, and then the misgender would come along when you are called the other one, right? If there is a binary. And because I don't care, because I don't actually have a preference, I don't ever get misgendered. Because if you call me female, I'm okay with that. I don't like it, but I don't dislike it. If you call me male, I don't like it, nor do I dislike it. I have no real preference. Like Ricky, I get a bit of a jolt out of being considered male. Doesn't happen very often, but the few times in my life it has happened, I've always been really amused by it, and I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. So I guess I do prefer to be called male, sort of, but in kind of like a kind of, because I know I'm not. Being called female or being called ma'am or miss or that whole bull crap bothers me probably a little bit more than I sort of let on at the beginning of the video when I said it didn't bother me. I agree 100% with what Ricky just said, which is I think it is disingenuous to say that it doesn't bother me because it probably bothers me more than I let on. Because I just wish there was a not applicable or a not, just a gender neutral pronoun. I just wish there was. Recently on Facebook, my sister has, my sister and my mom, I guess, you guys have sort of got to meet them a couple times in previous videos. They've come around over the last couple of years since I started identifying as genderqueer. And my sister's really good about calling me her sibling. And recently on Facebook, somebody said something about, we were talking about Rush. The band Rush came out with a new album. Somebody was commenting that like only men like Rush and all women dislike Rush or something. And then I had said something about genderqueers don't like Rush or so. I forget. But my sister actually corrected the person. She said, Joe's not a woman. And she kind of puts a smiley face. Like, I think my sister, she's very good at she's on board with all of this. And in public too. Like it's okay. And my Facebook's wide open as far as my genderqueerdom goes, and I like that. I appreciate that. I just got my eyes. A couple things happened last week. I have a bunch of things to tell you guys. It's like kind of unrelated to the question, but maybe this one is very related. About 2 weeks ago, I had something called an ocular migraine. I'd never had it in my life. I went like temporarily blind, where I couldn't see like this. Like imagine if that's what you could see, like everything around, but not my face. And then it kind of, I could see like I could see what was in front of me, but like everything around me was kind of like cracked and then wider and wider. But it was the strangest sensation. It lasted about an hour, and I had to go to the doctor, and the doctor sent me to an eye doctor. So I'd never been to this eye doctor before. And the woman over the phone was taking all my information, and she said, "Is it Mrs. or Ms.?" And I said, "Neither." And she said, and this is something Ricky just mentioned in the video previous, you kind of sound snarky when you say that. Like there's no easy way to have this conversation with a stranger or a, perfectly normal person just taking information over the phone. You don't want to have like some big philosophical debate with them. But the fact is, I am neither. I'm neither Ms. nor Miss or Mrs. So she said, "Excuse me?" And I said, "Well, if I have to pick one, I prefer Mr." And and then my legal name, of course, is Joanne, so it's medical, so I had to tell her my name was Joanne. But I said my preference is Joe. And you could tell this person on the phone, I'm going to say woman, because I assume it's a woman on the phone, but very well could be. No, she sounded very upset, like very confused. And I felt a little bit bad about confusing her. And then I felt like, you know what? Don't ask me stupid questions like what my frickin' title is, because I don't have one. And we live in a stupid world where, that's expected. Well, just delete it or something. Pick Mr. for fuck's sakes. So that did happen with the eye doctor recently. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so I think we were talking about that on my Facebook, and my sister was kind of sticking up for me, as they say, in my gender neutral ways. So it doesn't, I guess it does bother me when people call me Miss, Mrs. I attempt to correct them. It's just that the misgender is a strange word because it implies there is an answer. And in my case, there is no correct answer to that question. There is no, what are you, Mr., Mrs., Mr., what are you? There is no answer to that question. I have to pick the best of a bad situation. So, flies going, oh. flies are making me crazy in here. But I guess on the eve, I'll be 40 in about a month and a half. Yeah, month and a half actually. So I'm in the twilight of my 30s. Having lived this long in this skin, I get that. I get how uncomfortable it makes people, and I get that it is, socially acceptable for people to kind of view me as female, and that just their little worldview is it's easier for functioning in society when I'm perceived as female. For close friends and for people, if we have time to have a discussion about it, like on my Facebook or whatever, if there's time to discuss it, of course, I will always bring it up. I'll always explain, or I'll make a link to the Wikipedia entry for genderqueer, or I'll link them to this channel or whatever. Okay, so two things totally off topic I just thought I'd share with you, because this is like my little home away from home on the internet. I don't know if you guys followed, but yesterday it was big news. This guy named Nick Wallenda crossed Niagara Falls on a tightrope. I live very, very close to Niagara Falls. I live about 40 minutes from Niagara Falls. And I was going to go, but about 3 weeks ago, I met him. I bumped into him at the casino, and he was so rude to me. And I actually recognized him. I said, "Oh my God, it's Nick Wallenda." And I kind of was calling his name, and he was ignoring me completely. And then finally he looked my way, and I said, "Aren't you practicing today?" And he goes, "No." And I thought, "You asshole." And he's a real rabid Christian. He was like praying to God the whole time. Or not praying, he was like praising his Lord and Savior, righteous King, like using terms like righteous King as he was crossing the falls. Anyway, I watched it on TV last night. But today I went down to check out the tightrope to the falls, and it's already gone. Like, they've already taken it down. So that was kind of cool. I just wanted to share my little Niagara Falls experience, because that is one cool thing about where I live. I live close enough to the falls that it's an exciting place to be, when big news is going on. The other thing that's big news in my life, because I had that ocular migraine, I went to the doctor, they took all this blood work. I'm like so iron deficient, it's not even funny. I think normal levels of iron in a human are 50 to 100, and I'm at 10. So I'm now on iron supplements, and this kind of explains why I nap constantly, right? And also my cholesterol is really high, and I'm getting to that age where, like, you get fat, you get high cholesterol, and you get high blood pressure, and my family is like known for dropping dead of heart attacks. So look what I got. It's the coolest little thing in the whole wide world. It's called, it's upside down. Yeah, it's called a Fitbit. I've walked 5,626 steps today, which is not very good. I'm trying to get 7,000 minimum. Actually, it's only 7 p.m. as I make this video, so I'm going to go on the treadmill. I've been watching Breaking Bad. I bought season 4 on DVD, which I normally never buy DVDs, but I bought them on DVD for the sole purpose of watching a DVD every morning, like an episode for 45 minutes on the treadmill, which forces about 5,000 steps, like at 6 a.m. So far so good. I've been doing that almost every day. It puts in kilometers, 3.9 kilometers. Yeah, I changed it from miles because I don't think in miles. Calories, flights of stairs. I think this is backwards on the iPhone. I can't figure this out. And then the time. And it's got a little flower. Anyway, I'm obsessed with this thing. It's called Fitbit. Fitbit, and you just order it online. And they had pink and blue, and they called this one plum, so I bought the pink one. But it's not like regular pedometer. You don't have to put it on your hip. It's digital, so actually as I'm shaking it around, you can actually put it just on your bra. You can put it on your shirt. You can put it on your underwear. You can put it on your pants, whatever. But anyway, that's my latest thing. Trying to walk more. Trying to get my energy levels up, my cholesterol down, my iron levels back up. And, I'm telling you guys all this because that's nothing to do with misgendered. But that was today's topic. And I think we are maybe out of topics. We normally get like a list going for like the next couple months in advance. So if you guys have any topic suggestions, please put them in the comments below or put them on the main page. Any topic suggestions, we love viewer feedback. We also, as you might have noticed, are missing a few people. It's been a very, very slow spring, and we need substitutes and we need contributors. So if you're interested, please send us a video reply, or email us, whatever, the normal ways you get a hold of your YouTube collab people that you're interested in participating, because we would love to have some more contributors on this channel. And I'll catch you next week. Don't know what next week's topic is. Looking forward to the suspense. Have a good one, you guys. Bye bye.